What is going on, everybody? The Original Mako back with another Shark Scale. And yes, we are just pumping these out right now because there's been a lot of shorter ones I've been watching, and the one I'm excited for today, which is a first ever repeat here where we are going back to a show that is already on the list and reevaluating because there has been another season. Before we get into it, though, be sure to check the links down below. As always, if you want to join these lovely people on screen, you can check out the member link down below. There's 4 different tiers. It really helps support the channel, and I can't thank you guys enough for the extra support. So if you want to be part of that group of members, you can check that out. Also, check out the Twitch link down below if you want to see me play some banger games live. Now, that being said, let's get ready to talk about Classroom of the Elite Season 2. I'm very excited about this because if we go back and evaluate my initial rankings, the overall enjoyment was so low because when I finished the show, I assumed there would never be a second season. I finished it, I looked up, wow, I was like, this show's great. Where's season 2? Like, is it coming out soon? I looked it up, and much to my surprise, they were like, yeah, this came out in 2014. It's 2021. There's not going to be a second season. Spoiler alert, season 2 came out this year, and they are already renewed for a season 3 next year, which means my overall enjoyment is going to take a drastic increase because now I don't have to sit there and get blue-balled by the show. I know I'm going to have more coming out and probably, hopefully, a resolution to the story at some point. So yeah, we're going to go through and redo each category. Some might go up, some might go down, and we'll put it back on the list wherever it ends up at. I don't know where it's going to go. What I do know, though, is Classroom of the Elite Season 2 was fantastic. Just ended pretty recently. And once again, it's already renewed for Season 3 next year. The story picked up right where it left off. Just for those of you that don't know, shows that have a very, very smart character always draw me in. And Ayana Koji is a genius, just straight up genius. And he's got this whole just persona of, not giving a fuck. And like, I will not be beaten. Try me, see what happens, bitch. Just test me type of thing. The viral thing going around right now, the fuck around. The more you fuck around, the more you find out. That is Ayana Koji in a nutshell. Which I fucking love about him. That, combined with how smart he is, makes him one of my favorite anime characters. Not to mention in Season 2, we get to actually see his fighting prowess. In Season 1, we get a small glimpse of it when he's fighting the student council president, Horikita's brother. But in Season 2, we get a full-ass scene of him popping off, and it's phenomenal. So let's go ahead and go through and reevaluate each of the categories here. Starting with the characters. So originally, characters, I have them ranked at a 94. I'm going to be honest, I might... Let me think. We get a good glimpse into a few more characters, and we get a lot more deeper look at some of them, but we also get a lot less of other characters in Season 2. Like, Horikita is... I don't want to say absent, but she doesn't do a ton in Season 2. Her big moment was the sports festival, but even that... So we get more of some characters, less of others, but Ayana Koji stays as the big bad dog, and I think I might bump it up just one, just because of how much I enjoyed Ayana Koji this season. We'll move it up just a little bit. I don't think I can go too much higher, because none of the side... I mean, Ryuen as a side character was a really fun kind of enemy to fight. The character that gets introduced at the end of Season 2, I'm interested to see where that goes. Ayana Koji's dad is an interesting side character. We just don't have enough yet. So after Season 3, it probably has potential to go up a little more, but I need some more. Story, I am going to keep right at 94. I think it's the same. I'm very, very happy with the story. It had a couple of interesting twists and turns this season. Once again, Ayana Koji's dad showing up was out of left field and wild. The person at the end who said, yeah, Ayana Koji, I'm going to send you straight to hell. And he said, try me, bitch. That's interesting. I'm very interested to see where that's going to go. I'm not going to mess around with story at all. So we'll leave it at 94. World. I'm going to go down on World because I think 80 is too high. I think for a show that is just straight up, like it's just Japan, like it's just a normal, well, somewhat normal, you're going to school. There's nothing super crazy about it. I think that's more of a 70, not an 80 for World. So I'm going to move that down. There's nothing super special about it. Once again, this school itself. So if 70 was just a completely normal world, I'm going to move it up to like a 74 because the school itself is designed, like the design of that school is really, really cool, which isn't just a part of the normal world. So if 70 is like our baseline, I'll move it up just a bit, but it should go down from 80, I think. Music, this is going to take a little jump because the opening for season 2 was elite. Like really, really, really good opening for season 2. Outros were fine. The soundtrack during the show was just even. Like there was nothing that I was like, oh God, what the hell is this? Why is this playing? And there was nothing that was like, oh my God, the suspenseful music or nothing like that. So, but it is going to go up a bit because of how good that opening OST was. We'll bump it up to about an 86. Animation. Animation's probably going to go down just a little bit. I think 92 is too high. I think 90 plus is for like really cool special effects, which this show doesn't really have. But I will say Classroom of the Elite is one of my favorite just animation styles as a whole. Like the characters look so clean. The fight scene was animated super well. The sports festival, like the animation just looks very clean, but I don't think it deserves to be in the 90s. I'm going to give it upper 80s though. So we'll give it up to an 88 for the animation. Next, overall enjoyment. And this is the one that's going to have a big change because once again, the only reason it was so low is because I had gotten blue balled and I was not happy with not knowing what Ayana Koji's character was going to do. But now we have a season 2 and I know for a fact we will have a season 3, which means at this point, I'm just hyped. I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. I am just hyped. So, instead of a 72 for overall enjoyment, I think we're going to stretch it up. I like this show a lot. It's got a really smart character. The story's really interesting. The side characters are almost to like really, really good points. The fight scene was really cool. I'm so interested to see what the whole White Room was about, who this girl is that apparently came from that White Room at the end. If Ayana Koji, as he was having his own internal struggle at the end of the season 2, if he ever sees people as more than just pawns, if he has like a character resolution, or if he just takes over the world, I don't know. But I'm interested, I'm hyped, I'm excited. I've been really, really enjoying the series so far, and I'm going to give this a 94 for overall enjoyment. Make a huge leap because, once again, the big reason it wasn't so high before was because of thinking I would never see more. But now we know that I will. So time to reevaluate our numbers here, and we will see where we end up. 86, 88, and 94 divided by 600, and that gives us an not that high of a jump, but a little bit of a jump up to an 88.5. So 88.5, and we will cut this out, and that is going to put it does move it up a good bit though, right below Kakegurui. So Classroom of the Elite, backspace there. 88.5, and let me see. Let me make sure all of the pages look fine. No, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should fit on here, I think. Hold up. Oh, there we go. Okay. This one good. This one's good. Okay, yeah, these are all good. We're about to enter a new page. We're getting close to having 50, which is kind of crazy. But regardless, there we have it. That's the Classroom of the Elite reevaluation. Once again, I've been thoroughly enjoying Classroom of the Elite, and I cannot wait for season 3 and to see where it goes. So let me know your thoughts on the season if you watched it down below. I can't wait. But anyways, thank you guys so much for the support as always. Hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I love each and every one of your faces, and I will catch you all in the next video.